Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Domenica. Um, I'm going to be doing a bunch of like YouTube videos and stuff about living with diabetes and polycystic ovarian syndrome. Anyone who knows anything about diabetes and polycystic ovarian syndrome knows that that polycystic ovarian syndrome is a hormone imbalance. And with me, I produce the hormone insulin. But at the same time, I also produce extra testosterone. Yes, ladies, we produce testosterone too. People with the polycystic ovarian syndrome, otherwise known as PCOS, it produce extra testosterone and not enough estrogen, and can also not produce enough insulin. Which anyone knows with diabetes, you need the hormone insulin to, like, lower your blood sugar, and just, it helps you with everything. But when I was about 13, I was diagnosed with the polycystic ovarian syndrome, and, I didn't know what it was. I just thought I was normal. I was a normal 13-year-old girl just going through puberty. Like, I thought everyone got like the little bit of hair on their chin. Turns out they didn't. Because once I didn't start getting my monthly gifts, I knew something was wrong. And I didn't like it. Because all of my friends, they were all getting it. They were all always complaining about cramps. Their parents would always give them extra money to, like, because we had an ice cream machine in my high school. And so their parents were always giving them, like, ice cream and money for ice cream when they, were on their monthly gifts. So I knew something was up, and I didn't realize it at first. I thought I was lucky not to have to get it. All my friends always told me, "Oh, you're so lucky you don't get that monthly gift." No, because there's a lot of complications that I'm living with right now with the PCOS. Chances are I may never be able to have children. I love children. I mean, I take care of my niece and nephew all the time, and it's heartbreaking to me because I just always wanted children. Even when I was like 14, I'm like, I really want a kid. Not that I tried at the age of 14. I don't want everyone to think that, oh, you tried to have kids when you were 14. That's not right. No, I didn't. I was actually very a prude when I was 14 years old. Very much a prude. But when, like, I started getting older and not getting my period and started getting more facial hair, I started getting like this skin darkening around my neck, and that started to scare me, was the skin darkening. And because people would always sit there and make fun of me for it in school, and they'd make fun of me saying that I was dirty, that I needed to learn to wash my neck. And once I found out what it was, I wasn't too scared anymore. But I mean, I still do get self-conscious about it. I wear scarves all the time. I'm 23 years old, and I work at a nursing home where I'm a cook. So it's like, I'm always cooking healthy food for my residents, but I don't have the option to cook healthy for myself. So when I first started working, I was very, very unhealthy. I had blood sugars of 300, 400, and I felt fine at that level. And you shouldn't be used to feeling normal at those high levels. Like, when I was at work, I was doing nothing but drinking water and going to the bathroom every 15 minutes. And it was bad. It was very bad. Oh, just so you guys are aware, I do have music playing right now, and the song's 2 different versions. So I don't want you to think, oh, she's playing the song on repeat. No. It's 2 versions of the song. But anyway, so a couple months ago, I started, well, actually, it was a little under, no, it was over a year ago I started on insulin injections. I thought it wasn't a big deal. It would help everything work itself out and pick up the pace for my pancreas and everything. But it turns out it didn't. My blood sugars were still rising. They were going even higher than they, like, in the 500s. Actually, one reading on my meter was actually, it didn't even give me a number. It just said high. So I knew something wasn't right. I know I had been drinking, and I found out that drinking raises your blood sugar, but it never raised it with me drinking, never raised it to a dangerous level. And that night, it was at a dangerous level. But I didn't realize it at the time. I just said, it's okay. It'll go down by the morning. And I went to work the next day. I got really, really sick. I was like vomiting and everything. All that night. And I'm just like, I'll be fine. It's just the alcohol leaving my system. I drank too much water and I shouldn't have. So it's just everything going back to normal for me. And so I told my doc, like a couple days later, I had a doctor's appointment scheduled. And I told him what was going on. And I told him that my blood sugar just kept going up, and up. And he's like, well, that's not good. And he's like, are you taking your insulin and everything? And I said, yes. I'm like, I'm taking my insulin on a daily basis. I take it once a day. And at the time I was on a low dosage. So, I was just getting ready to stop, then he brought up my insulin. He brought me up to, now I was on the long-acting insulin at that time. I was on the long-acting insulin, and everything wasn't helping. So, because I was also taking pills. I was taking Januvia I was taking, and that wasn't helping at all. That kept raising my blood sugar as well, and that's for type 2 diabetes, so it's supposed to lower your A1C, but mine still kept rising, and I kept losing weight, and I was happy I was losing weight. I thought I was like being really healthy, but I wasn't. I was going downhill, and I was going downhill fast. Because I was just going through a really tough time, because I started dating one of my friends, and like when I was with that friend, like one of my best friends, him and I started dating. We were friends for like over a year. We became really close, and we just started dating, and I felt really healthy. Like, my blood sugar dropped, I felt good about myself, and then all of a sudden we broke up. And when we broke up, I was very depressed. Like, my blood sugar started spiking again, and just everything, and I lost my best friend. And I'm only just starting to regain that friendship with him again. So, I don't really want to get into all of that, but relationships do play a big role with my diabetes, because I try to stay healthy and everything, and sometimes it's really hard. But everything with diabetes and my polycystic ovarian syndrome, and he didn't know everything. He just thought, oh, you have to give yourself insulin. There's a lot more to it now. Because after we broke up, I started going to the doctor more. Started trying to get myself healthier again to where I was when I was with him. And nothing was working. My blood sugar just started spiking again. I was at 400, 500 blood sugar levels, and I couldn't do it. So I started searching. It all started when I saw a post on Facebook that popped up into my newsfeed about the Medtronic insulin pump. Now, I went to high school with someone who has type 1 diabetes, and she has the insulin pump. So I always thought, okay, maybe I could look into that. But I always thought it was for type 1 diabetes, never type 2 diabetes. And I found out that I could get it. So when I did, so I talked to my doctor about it, and I told him, I'm looking to get the pump. He's like, okay. He's like, that's definitely something we can discuss. I have to send you to another doctor though. I'm like, I've been seeing this doctor since I was 5. And he's just always my go-to person for everything. I broke my finger one day at work, and it wasn't really anything major. I just got a splint for it. My finger is permanently like that because I dislocated it back in 2012, and then back in last November I dislocated it again at work, just by a bunch of cookie sheets falling right on it and crushing it. But it's fine. I can now move it. But he asked, I had a doctor's appointment. He asked me what I did. I'm like, I broke my finger. He's like, how do you know it's broken? I go to him, I don't know, you tell me. And he saw that it was curved. He's like, yeah, you did break it. I'm like, I told you. And he I had the metal splint on it. He's like, keep it on for 2 weeks, and I'll see you back in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay. So I called my boss, let her know. I'm like, he just said no restrictions, keep the thing on for 2 weeks. I wasn't gonna be out of work just because of a broken finger. That was always dislocated when before I even started working there. So it wasn't anything new to me. Just this time I was smart and put it in a splint because I didn't want to damage it. And so I always have that bond. And with my doctor, and then so when I found out that I had to go to the new doctor, I wasn't too sure about it. But I mean, when I got there, like, my cousin is in the reception area, and I didn't even know my cousin worked there. So I was relieved that I had someone I could talk to if I ever needed there. But every time I go there, if I ever have a problem, my cousin is the first one to come out and help me. If I have an issue with anything, I go to my cousin. And so when I went to the diabetes doctor, she put me on, she right away told me, she goes, I don't think you have type 2 diabetes. There's a possibility you might have type 1. Because I was on a weekly injection for type 2 diabetes. I was on the Januvia and stuff like that. And I couldn't take the metformin, which helps with everything with PCOS and diabetes. But I can't take it because I get really sick from it. Like, I start vomiting when I try to eat something. So I try to avoid taking metformin at all costs. Just so I don't get sick. So they put me on a short-acting insulin on top of the long-acting insulin. Took me off of all the type 2 medications. They did blood work, and it turns out that my body does produce insulin. Very little insulin. And it doesn't... My body is telling it that it's bad. Like, because of the PCOS. My body... That's why I have the skin darkening, which is insulin resistance. So, all the insulin that my pancreas is producing is just spitting it out, saying, no, it's bad, don't accept this. So she put me on a short-acting insulin, which I take at meal times. And with that, it wasn't helping. And so her and I discussed getting the insulin pump. And she said that she doesn't have a problem with doing the script for my insulin pump. She thinks it will. She's like, I think it'll really help you lower everything. And set me up with the person from Medtronics that showed me everything, talked to me about it, and went from there. I ended up getting a phone call about ordering it and everything, and so I went through and I ordered it and everything, and I was really excited. And then in August, I finally got it. I also got the sensor. So I have my Medtronics pump. I don't know if there's a glare or not, but I'm connected to it right now. Like, literally connected. And this is like the best thing that has happened to me. Like, the day I was put on this, the next morning, I woke up and I felt refreshed. I didn't feel cranky. I felt good. I was at 80 the first morning I woke up with my pump. So I was happy, like, waking up, and I was low, and I'm like, I went downstairs, I told my mom, I'm like, Mom. She's like, what? I'm like, my blood sugar's low. She goes, great, now your blood sugar's gonna be low all the time. I'm like, no. I'm like, that's a good thing. It's not high, it's low. So I just went through, and I've been doing everything. I'm just getting used to everything, and I think I'm pretty much used to everything now. I feel good. Like, it feels good not to have to, like, do injections every time. Like, having to, like, when I'm at work and I go to eat something. I mean, yes, I do have to prick my finger, but I can go in the hallway, or go out in our cafeteria, prick my finger, test my sugar, find out what it is, go back into the kitchen, and just push a button, and bam, I have my insulin. And this also tells me how much insulin I should be taking. So I'm excited about this. And I mean, I'm really excited about this. But I'm actually going to end the video there. Because now it's up to date with my story. But I just want to put it out there. I want you guys to like, subscribe, share my videos. If you know anyone with polycystic ovarian syndrome or diabetes, show them my videos. I'm actually going to be doing a day in the life video, a what you can eat video, like stuff like that. Being a cook and having diabetes, a set change, a sensor change. I actually changed both of them today. And a couple other things, a question and answer video. But I hope you guys definitely watch my videos and enjoy them. But feel free to leave me comments, ask me questions. I will also leave my Twitter, Instagram, and maybe I will do a Facebook like page if I get enough people to like my stuff. So definitely watch my videos and tell me what you guys think. Thanks. Bye guys.